The best kept secret has aligned himself with the Messiah as of last week's Raw, arguably the best Raw we've had in some time. Now, like everyone else, I was concerned about just what would happen with Buddy Murphy after suffering his third loss to Aleister Black. I'm not opposed to people outright winning feuds anymore. I hate 50-50 booking as bad as everyone else with half a brain, but I really was wondering if that was like the last appearance worth remembering from Buddy for some time, just a few seconds after the pin. Boy, was I wrong. And if this is booked going forward like it should be, then we will owe WWE's creative team some credit for creating a new star. You know, I got back into wrestling after a good-sized hiatus around, mid-2015, as I tried to intake all this new information about what the product had become, while also balancing my re-entry into New Japan, Ring of Honor, all the other promotions. I did put NXT on the back burner to start that, because I didn't want to overload myself. But I still heard murmurings of this guy named Buddy Murphy, then part of the NXT tag team Blake and Murphy. I had heard how great of a wrestler he was, and as I eventually got into his catalog and body of work, I was impressed. He was clearly the breakout star of his tag team, a fine promo, but an amazing in-ring worker, and one of those guys who has that it factor, where they just feel important. And while his it factor may not quite be as strong or noticeable as someone like Adam Cole, it is an undeniable asset he has. He was showcased on 205 Live after that, which, while normally is more of a relegation, it gave Buddy Murphy the chance to shine as a solo star. He didn't really have that opportunity for his short time on NXT following the split of Blake and Murphy. He became a renowned and noted worker in a brand full of nothing but just that. He was basically the spiritual successor of Neville for the brand, and once again, he achieved a fairly difficult thing for a wrestler. Got people talking about him. Once he went to SmackDown, he fell victim to the typical start-stop nature of WWE momentum booking, but he did pick up a noteworthy win over Daniel Bryan, so I had hope. And then finally, he found himself in a meaningful feud with Aleister Black, which produced a series of great matches, and this would lead to what we saw Monday, Buddy Murphy's joining of an upper card stable, arguably the main focus of the entire Raw storyline since Survivor Series. So what does that mean for Buddy Murphy? Well, if done right, it means Buddy Murphy is a future world champion. I know that sounds a little outrageous, but hear me out. You can reasonably expect Buddy to become an integral part of Raw moving forward, and I would presume a mid-card title run by the end of the year, if I was just imagining how this might all turn out. But that's not all. If we think back to the last integral four-man faction that existed on Raw, no, not them, we had two rising stars propelled forward. I'm sure Randy Orton and Batista would agree with you that it turned out fairly good for them. The breakout star always turns. The rising young wrestler always looks to take the top spot. It is not always as contrasting as like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Sometimes, looking at Evolution or The Shield, all members come out having completed their purpose and everyone looking better for it. For Evolution, Ric Flair added one more notch of notoriety to his long career, and some mid-card reigns. Triple H enjoyed healthy reigns, and fulfilled his character purpose of being revealed as someone trying to keep Orton and Batista under his wing, not out of the kindness of their heart or respect, but fear. As for Randy Orton, he was shown as a masterful rising star who was too naive to see the snakes around him, ironically. And Batista was shown as an undeniable star who was too aware to allow himself betrayed by Triple H and Ric Flair. Nobody suffered from the existence of Evolution. Well, there may have been a few casualties, but nobody in the group suffered from Evolution. Look at the Shield brothers, or at least their time in the WWE. The moments of the Shield forever remained a part of the characters. Buddy Murphy sees an opportunity to rise the ranks, and he takes it. But he should not have forgotten how quick Seth Rollins was to sell out the hottest trio in WWE history. And once the signs that history may repeat itself come into play, Buddy Murphy, logically, should realize and strike first, the same way that Batista did. Obviously, Triple H turned on Randy Orton, a fellow member of Evolution, but Buddy Murphy isn't naive, and hopefully WWE gives us the credit we deserve for just assuming the wrestlers watch their own product. They're aware of the history of their fellow competitors. Buddy Murphy against Seth Rollins is the logical outcome of all this. And Buddy Murphy standing tall, maybe at WrestleMania, maybe with a world championship around his shoulder, but whatever the case, WWE has given themselves the first story with an undeniable, logical, and simple conclusion already written for the first time in a while. In a world of storylines wearing out their welcome, Looking at you, big dog. WWE has a chance here, and Buddy Murphy is someone with the charisma, exciting in-ring ability, and story that would invoke heavy support to lead him to main event status. I'm not usually one to give WWE the benefit of the doubt as of late. Rightfully so. But this storyline is so ready-made for the right guy to win, and that right guy is Buddy Murphy. I don't know about you guys, but I really do think it is so easy to see him become a world champion through all of this. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me below in the comments. Check out our universe videos, and I will talk to you guys later.